Hey everyone, Nick in the States here, and today we're going to play with another new Harley Benton. And this one's a different take on things. This is the Harley Benton Brian May copy. It's a BM something or other. I'll put the link in the description, all that kind of stuff. But it really is a take on Brian May's Red Special, which anybody who's a Queen fan or a Brian May fan would know that Brian May and his pop and his dear old dad built it in the shed in their house because they didn't have a lot of money to build a guitar, and they made a pretty sweet guitar that it's really the only one he plays. And there's been a lot of signature models from, I think Gill did one, Ernie Ball did one, I think, and now Brian May Guitars, his own affiliated brand, makes a Red Special for you to buy. There's also Dillian has done a couple good copies over the years. Agile did kind of an inspired by one, but they're hard to get one for under $500 of any of the varieties there. And this little guy here is about $230 from Thomann. It is mystery wood, some kind of mahogany-ish. Looks like it's a three-piece. There's no cap on it, so really the wood that you see is the wood that you get all the way through. They're not the best matched pieces of wood, as you can kind of see there. Even on the face of it, if I wiggle, you can kind of pick up the different things. There's some, if you look at the neck, we've got some funky black streaks through it. It's a 3 or 4 piece. There's a lot of pieces making up this neck. There's one piece on the side here, one piece here, scarf joint, 2-piece heel, volute. We got some funkiness going on through here, funkiness going on around. Overall, while the actual like clear coat and dyes from a fit and finish are pretty good, actually. Taping off the binding is better than at least the latest Agile that I had. The 2500 that I briefly bought. The Pickguard's pretty well cut. I really like this Wilkinson trem, which I actually don't have the trem arm on right now. But even what I like about that is you can actually do a lot of really nice just palm vibrato with it, which is kind of neat. And it's the Brian May wiring, so volume, tone. Basically, these 3 switches here turn your pickups on and off. So bridge, oh, here we go. Bridge, off. We got their middle. Actually, they're all on. And backwards. So now all pickups are on. So if I flick them all off, nothing. I want to turn the neck on. Middle. Yeah, and you get the picture. Bridge. You can turn them on in combination. So lay them all on. Just the other 2. You can also put them out of phase. So these are your phases, and you know, guitarists sometimes get a little tripped up when you get things a little funky, and then again, I get a little tripped up when I have to tie my shoes. Keep this simple. Just the bridge pickup, add the middle, add the neck. So it's like unlike a Strat per se, you can get all 3 pickups in pretty easily that way. And so there's some other interesting things here. Here's your phase switches. And they kind of work all, it's going to sound the same. If I switch them all back the other way, they sound the same. And so, I don't fully understand this, but somehow these 3 pickups are actually, one of which is out of phase, but the fact that they're all 3 working together makes it sound pretty nice. If I take the middle one and put it out of phase, I get more of like a crack. Likewise, if I turn off the middle pickup, by default, it seems like these 2 pickups are out of phase. Whereas if I put one of them, switch the phase on it, now it's how you kind of would normally expect it. Kind of like how Telly sounds with both pickups on, or some of the Strats where you can do just the 2 outside ones. So it takes a little getting used to there, but as you start fiddling around, you find some pretty neat things, like leaving these 2 in phase and switching the middle one out of phase. you get cool stuff. Play with a bit. Your mileage may vary. You'd be surprised I tried like 5 times to explain how those switches work, and really, until you start playing it, you realize that you'll find a couple good little tones. The old out of phase radio sound. And you're like, let's get loud again. In both cases, all the pickups were actually on. It's just that I took the middle one out of phase, which really dropped a lot of the tones out. Yay! Anywho, overall thoughts though, for a $225 guitar, this is a really good deal, even though it's one of the more expensive ones in the Thomann range. For someone who really wants a Brian May style red special knockoff, also, it's the cheapest way I think you could find one anywhere. As I looked around, you don't see a lot of brands making copies of what's already a pretty niche, unique guitar. You don't see every kid wanting to get a Squire Affinity Brian May. They're buying Strats, Les Pauls, Tellys, things like that. But, you know, she's got some stuff that does give away her price range. Some of the woods on this particular one, you know, could be matched better. There's some black little spots in it here and there. And when I first got it, I was a little disappointed just because I've been spoiled. And I'd opened up the SC450 first, and that thing was spotless, really well done guitar, batting above its weight class by a lot. But as I've played this more and more, I love this two-piece trem, even without the whammy bar. She's a really, really warm guitar. And that's what I like it a lot about her. What's the neck? Middle? Bridge? Looks kind of nice. Then if you want to throw neck and middle. Bridge in the middle. Swap those. That was neck and middle. The other one was bridge and middle. As I say, the pickups take a little getting used to which way you go. Actually, go. Got a mean bite. She's I would say they're like kind of hotter, more articulate P90s, not so much like a Strat single coil. And she's just fun. Nice neck, not too big, not too thick around. She's just a good player. She feels a little small, but nothing out of the ordinary, nothing too crazy. All in all, really kind of cool, especially if you're not expecting absolute perfection and, you know, cork sniffer quality. She plays great. Pickups sound awesome, and this is the one actually of my latest 3 that I've been playing by far the most of late. So, anywho, I think I rambled a little. I think I got super confused on the pickups. I'm still getting used to that. It is what it is, comes to the territory. We all can't be Brian May now, can we? But he kind of kicks ass. So, rock on, we are the champions, and all sorts of other crazy stuff. As always, I've been Nick in the States, and I have issues, and this is definitely one of them. Take care, guys.